Is there anybody listening that on their wedding day, as you're walking down the aisle, you know that you are filing for a divorce? As you're walking down the aisle, 1-855-BERT. I don't know that we're going to get any calls on that, but we sure did get an email about it. She's freaking out because she and her fiancé actually want to cancel their wedding, and it's happening this weekend, I think. But she doesn't want to disappoint her parents, and everybody's supposed to be showing up.
Oh, man.
So they want to go through with it and then just like file it for divorce right after the wedding, right? So the email reads this. Hey, guys, really need your help. Freaking out and don't know what to do. My wedding, oh, maybe I have this wrong. My wedding is supposed to be in less than 2 months, and everything is planned. Okay, so there's time. There's wiggle room here.
There's a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay. 2 months, and everything is planned, purchased, and ready to go. But we have a major problem. We don't want to marry each other.
Well, that's an issue.
You think?
Yep.
You can't work around that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's one hump you get over.
Quitter. My fiance and I are constantly fighting. It's been that way since we got engaged. At first, we thought it was just typical pre-wedding fighting and arguments, nothing big. Well, it's been a year now, and we realize it's just not going to work between us. He has moved out of the apartment. No one knows yet.
Wow, they've gone that far.
We live in a different city than our friends and our family, so it's really kind of easy to hide. Most of the stuff is non-refundable, especially my $8,000 dress.
Huh? 8,000.
This industry's a racket.
Woo!
$8,000 dress.
Yeah, there's no getting your money back on that.
So I'm assuming, am I making an assumption here that if you're getting an $8,000 dress,
this is a pricey wedding.
This is a high price wedding, right? Just the dress itself.
Yeah.
So we're talking over $50,000, $75,000? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I would think, yeah.
And when you're 2 months out from a wedding, you have all that stuff lined up and ready to go, right?
Yes. I mean, depending on what vendors you're working with and how the deposits work, I am thinking if you're 2 months out, you can get some money back, but you might lose some deposits. Everybody does business differently. Like I know for the dress, if you have an $8,000 dress, that thing was custom tailored to fit your body. Once you buy that dress and once you tailor it, there is no taking it back. Like that is your dress.
What else does it do? For $8,000, besides fit you really well, what else is it going to do?
It can do your plumbing.
Okay.
Yeah. And your electricity. It's really great at electricity.
And $8,000 and
it's a great travel agent. It can book all your trips for you.
Okay. Well, that's my sweet spot, so
Yeah.
I'd pay it.
Okay.
A lot of money has been spent on the wedding by both our parents, and we know they are going to be upset.
There it is.
Our families have also been so excited for it. We're thinking of just going through with the wedding and divorcing after. You were just kicking the pain down the road. What you doing?
They need to rip that Band-Aid now.
And in this case, pain costs a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, they may be able to salvage some. You know what I mean? At this point, the flowers haven't been made yet for the wedding. So that is potentially some money you can get back. The food hasn't been made for the wedding yet. So that's potentially some money you can get back. There are certain things that you'll be able to get some money back for. You're going to lose money, but you won't lose all of it because the way they're going to look at it, you're going to have this lavish wedding and then get divorced shortly thereafter. It's like that was a waste of all the money.
All right. So rather than, because maybe that was too specific, is there anybody listening that knew that your marriage wasn't going to last when you got married? All right.
Yeah.
Before you got married, you already knew it wasn't going to last, but you went with it anyway. 1-855-BERT. Maybe not that day. You don't like bail that day, but you knew leading up to it 2 months beforehand. Yeah, I'm going to go through it all, but I don't really. When I'm looking at my marriage, I wouldn't bet on it.
And here's the thing that they have to realize: this couple that's no longer living together, and they know both of them that they do not want to get married. You going through with this, you're saying you don't want to disappoint your parents, and all these people are so excited. I'm here to break the news to you. You are not doing this for them. You are doing this for you because you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, whatever, and you don't want to have to go through those conversations, and you don't want to have to experience the disappointment of those around you. This is very much for you, if you go through with this, don't try to kid yourself and think you're going through this for everybody else.
I think in this case, though, it's the money, too, because you're right. But then, I mean, $8,000 dress. So like we said, you already can imagine what the rest of the wedding was. And she's saying that both of their parents took care of that.
She better not gain any weight. She better not lose any weight. She going to be wearing that dress at the next wedding.
Yeah, if I buy you an $8,000 dress, you may not want to marry the man you with now, but you're going to marry somebody. Yeah. You're going to find somebody to marry that day.
Mo, what you doing in 2 months?
Right. Find somebody. Again, we don't want to disappoint our parents by canceling and all this money we spent. I think we have to go through with the wedding. Is there any other option? Has anyone done that? 1-855-BERT show.
Yes, there is an option. And that is to come clean and to be honest and to cancel the wedding. It is going to suck. Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel good.
All right, so
like you think doing the right thing is always going to make you feel good. That's not always the case. Sometimes those are the hardest decisions to make and may make you feel the absolute worst, but it was the right thing to do.
if I'm the dad in this case, I'm hurt on two different levels here when the whole thing unravels. I'm hurt that you didn't feel like you could come to me and be authentic because you knew I was going to be hurt. Yeah, I might be disappointed, but guess what? You're still my kid, man. I want you to be happy. So yeah, I might be disappointed. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, damn, I spent all that money.
I know.
All that damn money. And you spent my money.
Okay, it's not happening to you.
Eliza!
It's not happening to you. She's 8. It's not happening to you.
Dare you?
You're going to take an L either way. I think that's how she needs to look at it. Yes, they're going to spend all this money if you go through with the wedding. But like you said, at least they can recoup some of it.
They
and
will be
you
able
don't
to
have to go
recoup
through
some.
the little mental stuff.
Hey, Sam, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show.
Hey guys, good morning.
Hola.
So my situation's a little different. When me and my ex-husband met, he was in active recovery for alcoholism, and shortly after, I guess before getting engaged, he started drinking again. And by the time our wedding came along, less than 6 months later, he was drinking a bottle to himself every night, if not more. And I could kind of see where it was headed, but just being young and hopeful, kept listening to the, oh, well, when we get married, it'll stop. Oh, well, then we got pregnant shortly before our first anniversary. So then it was, well, after the baby's born, it'll stop. And we ended up separating and filing for divorce before our son's 3rd birthday.
Oh, man, I am sorry. God, painful, man. That gut instinct. I knew it. We're going to call him Tommy. He wants to be on the voice disguiser. Hey, Tommy, you knew on your wedding day you wouldn't have put money on your own wedding. You wouldn't bet on yourself.
Yes, sir, 100%. It was more like almost like a toxic relationship. We decided to get married, and we decided probably about a week or two before that probably wasn't the best idea. But this is exactly what you're talking about here. Our wedding was probably, I'd say, in the $50,000 range. We did go through with it, and we got divorced 6 months later. Parents were super upset, and we really should have just canceled it beforehand to make them happier.
No doubt.
So you're telling our Bert Show listener right now, like you have severe regrets of just not calling the thing off beforehand.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, thank you.
Definitely should have been called off beforehand.
Yep. One more call. Gladys, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
So my best friend, she called off her wedding the week of her wedding, and she had people flown in from like different parts of the country and the United States. And the week of, she called it off. Best decision ever.
Yeah. I mean, so there's still time here. You're saying that's 1 week. They got 2 months, man.
Yep.
Do it today.
Yes.
Do it tomorrow.
Don't waste any more time.
Yes. Now is the time. Do not wait until the day before the wedding, the week before the wedding, 2 weeks before the wedding, a month before the wedding. Do it now.
Give me my money back. You knew. How dare you?
I wonder, now this is going to be a harder question to answer, that if this happened, right? Couple gets married, family paid for the whole wedding, and they got divorced like within a year if the parents sued and wanted their money back.
Are you suing your own kid?
Uh-huh.
I'm divorcing you too if I'm your dad.
No,
yeah, now everybody's divorcing you.
I want Eliza to know if that's the case, I will sue her.
No, you will not.
Yeah, I will, man. I will clean her out.
I need that money.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.